Beloved, hear this revelation and write it on the tablets of your soul. Not every smile is holy. Not every hand extended is blessed. Not every presence in your path is ordained by God. There are wolves in garments of sheep, serpents in the grass, shadows that seek to dim your light. And you, child of the infinite, must be armed with discernment, clothed with truth, and unshaken by deception. For the divine law is clear. Light has nothing to do with darkness, abundance has nothing to do with lack, truth has nothing to do with falsehood. Evil cannot walk with righteousness without being exposed. The vibration of the wicked cannot dwell in the temple of the awakened. Therefore, you must see, you must know, you must discern the signs that reveal the destroyer. Say aloud, I am guided by divine intelligence. I see through deception. I am never fooled, never shaken, never stolen from. For the first law is this: whatever does not align with love, peace, and truth is not of God. If a voice leaves you diminished, if a presence drains your spirit, if an influence distorts your vision, then you are not in the company of the righteous. Evil will always reveal itself by its fruits, for no thorn bush can yield grapes, no barren soil can produce harvest. Declare, I judge not by appearances but by vibration, and I refuse to entangle with the seed of destruction. Abundance is your divine inheritance, but evil men and women will try to plant seeds of doubt, poverty, fear, and betrayal in your fertile soil. They will disguise their envy as counsel, their jealousy as concern, their hatred as humor. But you must awaken. You must stand as the Christ-conscious soul that you are, untouchable by the venom of the wicked. For the law is exact: whatever you allow will multiply. If you allow liars to sit at your table, lies will multiply in your atmosphere. If you permit the greedy to advise you, loss will multiply in your affairs. But if you cast out the destroyer, if you shut the door on the serpent, then wealth, peace, and divine authority will rush in as your shield. Say it with authority: I cast out every deceiver. I cut every cord of darkness. I walk only with those aligned with light. Evil thrives in secrecy, but it withers under the sun of truth. Therefore, you must not fear to call it what it is. You must not hesitate to name it and release it. The one who betrays, the one who manipulates, the one who envies, the one who lies, such a soul is not your companion but your lesson. And once the lesson is seen, the cycle is broken forever. Remember, you are chosen, you are royal, you are destined for overflow, and the wicked have no inheritance in your kingdom. So stand boldly, walk wisely, and declare continually, only the righteous walk with me, only truth surrounds me, only abundance multiplies in my life. Thus is the law, and thus it is established. Hear this, for it is the voice of truth. The righteous companion is sent to lift, to edify, to breathe courage into your being. But the evil soul comes to drain, to siphon, to steal the very light of your spirit. The law of vibration is exact. Every presence carries a frequency, and when you enter into the company of another, their current touches yours. If that current is life-giving, you rise. If that current is death-bearing, you sink. Say aloud, I am sensitive to vibration, I recognize depletion, I guard my divine current with holy fire. The one who drains you leaves you weary after every conversation, heavy after every meeting, doubtful after every counsel. They may smile, but their smile carries shadow. They may speak softly, but their words carry poison. They may pretend friendship, but beneath the mask is the hand of the thief. For it is written in the law, a tree is known by its fruit. If every encounter leaves you barren instead of fertile, anxious instead of peaceful, diminished instead of empowered, then you have touched a root of evil. Declare it, I refuse to be the well from which demons drink. I am the fountain of divine abundance, but I pour only into vessels ordained by God. Do not be deceived by appearances, for evil does not always arrive cloaked in anger. Often it arrives clothed in concern. It whispers, I only want the best for you, while planting seeds of fear in your soil. It sighs, I am just being realistic, while suffocating your faith. It disguises discouragement as wisdom and envy as humor. But discern this, if the words strip you of courage, if the presence robs you of joy, if the spirit leaves you emptier than before, then you are dealing with one sent to drain, not to lift. The universe is governed by law, and the law states, energy is never lost, it is only transferred. When you walk away from a soul and feel weak, you have given them your substance. They are leeches feeding on your divine current. They smile, but their soul is starving, and so they devour yours. But you must declare, I am not a feast for the wicked. I am sealed in divine light. My energy is untouchable. My spirit is unbreakable. Remember this revelation: the spirit drainer cannot survive without a host. Like a parasite, it clings only where it is welcomed. The moment you shut the door, the moment you declare your authority, the moment you remove their chair from your table, they wither, they starve, for they have no source in God. Their only power is borrowed, their only sustenance is stolen, their only light is the reflection of yours. When you walk away, you pronounce judgment on their falsehood. Say it with fire. I reclaim my energy. I reclaim my peace. I reclaim my spirit. No leech shall drink from me. I rise stronger, brighter, higher. The true companion multiplies your joy, the evil one subtracts it. The true companion inspires your faith, the evil one poisons it. The true companion celebrates your victories, the evil one bleeds you dry. You must discern without apology, for this is divine obedience. When you sever the drainers, you open the floodgates for those aligned with heaven. Do not fear to cut. Do not tremble to walk away, for every leech you release is replaced with an angel of increase. Every voice of darkness silenced makes way for the choir of truth, and your spirit, once drained, shall overflow again, for God is the eternal source and none can touch his supply. Therefore, rise and declare, I walk only with lifters, never with drainers. I drink only from fountains of truth, never from wells of poison. I am light, I am strength, I am divine overflow, and no one shall diminish me. So let it be written, so let it be established, and so it is. Hear the word of revelation, for it is sharper than a two-edged sword. The evil soul does not come with horns or fire, it comes with a tongue. It comes with words dressed in silk but woven from venom. It speaks lies, but cloaks them as truth. It deceives with the art of suggestion. It binds with the spell of distortion. It poisons the well of faith with the appearance of wisdom. Yet the divine law is unshakable. Truth alone stands eternal, and falsehood must wither in the light. Say aloud with holy force, I am not deceived. I see through every mask. I hear through every lie. I walk in the clarity of divine truth. The liar will flatter you with one hand and stab you with the other. They will call themselves loyal while plotting betrayal. They will appear gentle while setting traps beneath your feet. They will mimic righteousness while carrying the vibration of the serpent. But the law declares that by their fruits they shall be known. What does the liar's fruit yield? Confusion, doubt, division, and despair. For the words of a liar are seeds of weeds, sown quietly, but choking the harvest of your destiny if permitted to root. Declare with authority, every weed of deception is uprooted now. Every false word spoken over my life returns void. Only truth takes root in my soil. Evil knows that a lie has no power until it is believed, and so it must disguise itself as truth. It must appear logical, it must appear reasonable, it must wear the clothing of concern. The liar will whisper, I only want to protect you, while discouraging you from your divine assignment. The liar will say, be realistic, while killing your faith. The liar will remind you of past failures, not to build your wisdom, but to block your courage. Hear me well, the devil quotes scripture, but he does not carry spirit. The liar repeats holy words, but there is no vibration of life within them. Say aloud, I discern vibration, not words. I test the spirit, not the surface. I refuse to bow to lies, however sweetly they are spoken. The power of the lie is only in your agreement. If you break agreement, the lie dies. The moment you declare, that is not my truth, that is not my portion, that is not my inheritance, the falsehood collapses under the weight of divine reality. Lies cannot withstand the decree of faith, for faith is the vibration of truth. And truth is God, eternal, unshakable, sovereign. The liar feeds on your uncertainty. They thrive when you waver. They rejoice when you doubt yourself. But the moment you stand and say, I am divinely guided, I am abundantly supplied, I am aligned with eternal truth, their power dissolves like smoke in the wind. For lies are nothing but shadows, and shadows cannot exist when the sun of revelation rises. Remember this eternal law. Your words are swords, your decrees are shields, your affirmations are fire. When the liar speaks, answer not with silence but with declaration. For silence is consent, but decree is deliverance. Say it now with boldness. Every liar is exposed, every deception is dissolved, every false mask is torn away. I walk only with truth, I hear only truth, I speak only truth. Do not be afraid to expose what pretends. Do not tremble before the mask of falsehood. For when you shine the light, the counterfeit flees. And when the counterfeit flees, only what is real remains. You are not called to entertain lies, you are called to embody truth. You are not sent to bow to deceivers, you are sent to rule in clarity. You are not destined to be manipulated. You are destined to walk in the divine authority of one who cannot be fooled. Therefore declare until your spirit blazes, I am light, I am clarity, I am divine discernment. I will not drink the wine of deception. I am filled with truth, and truth alone governs my path. And so it is established, and so it stands forever. Hear me now, for this is the revelation that divides the wheat from the tares. When you step into your divine inheritance, when you begin to rise, when your cup overflows with prosperity, not every soul will rejoice with you. The spirit of envy lurks in the shadows. The voice of doubt whispers in corners. The fog of fear drifts into your path. These are not accidents. These are assignments sent through the mouths of those who cannot bear your increase. They sow envy, doubt, and fear into your prosperity, because they see what you carry and they despise it. They see your light, and it exposes their darkness. They see your harvest, and it confronts their barrenness. They cannot create abundance on their own, so they seek to corrupt yours. Say aloud with holy fire, I am untouchable by envy, unshaken by doubt, unbroken by fear. My prosperity is sealed by divine law and cannot be stolen. Envy is the acid of the soul. It corrodes silently, it eats away at relationships, it smiles outwardly while burning inwardly. The envious one cannot clap for you. Their applause is hollow. Their congratulations laced with resentment. They will try to minimize your success, dismiss your victories, or remind you of what you lack. But hear this law: what they envy in you is what they have forfeited in themselves. Their envy cannot touch you unless you bow to its vibration. Doubt is the second poison. It comes disguised as counsel. It whispers, are you sure this is possible? It asks, what if you fail? It masks itself as wisdom, but its only goal is to dismantle your faith. And the law is clear: faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. If doubt corrupts your faith, your manifestation is delayed. But when you cast out doubt and stand firm, the vision must materialize. Say it now: I doubt not, I fear not, I trust the law, I trust the source, I trust the God within me. Fear is the last weapon, and it is the most violent. Fear paralyzes, fear suffocates, fear blinds the eyes of the spirit. When you are on the edge of breakthrough, the enemy releases fear to stop you from stepping forward. It whispers, you are not worthy, you will lose it all, you are not strong enough. But remember the eternal decree: God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Fear is foreign. Fear is counterfeit. Fear is a shadow that dies in the presence of courage. Declare with boldness, I reject fear. I walk in power. I walk in love. I walk in divine soundness. The envious soul, the doubting voice, the fearful presence, none of these are from God. They are weeds planted by the adversary, hoping to choke your harvest. But hear this truth: no weed can remain in the soil of a vigilant gardener. And you, beloved, are the gardener of your destiny. Pull them out, cut them off. Do not allow envy to sit at your table. Do not permit doubt to whisper in your ear. Do not entertain fear for a single moment. For the law is sure: whatever you allow will grow. If you permit envy, doubt, and fear, you will reap lack. But if you reject them and decree abundance, faith, and courage, your prosperity shall overflow beyond measure. Say it with unshakable authority, my prosperity is not fragile, my prosperity is eternal. No envy can diminish it, no doubt can delay it, no fear can destroy it. I am aligned with infinite supply. Rejoice in this knowledge. Your abundance is not man-made, it is God-given. No enemy can steal it. No betrayer can touch it. No envious eye can curse it. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous, and you are the righteous. Walk boldly in this inheritance and guard it with discernment. For your prosperity is not only your blessing, it is your weapon, your testimony, your light. And those who sow envy, doubt, and fear shall scatter like chaff in the wind, but you shall remain as the unshakable tree by living waters. Thus declare continually, I rise above envy, I silence doubt, I crush fear. I live in overflow, I walk in abundance, I reign in prosperity. And it is so forever and ever. Hear me, for this is the thunder of divine revelation. Whenever the Spirit of God lifts you, whenever your cup overflows with wealth, whenever your name begins to shine with favor, there will always rise those who cannot endure your increase. They see your rising and their own shadows torment them. They see your harvest and it convicts their barren soil. And so they come not to rejoice but to sow, not to bless but to corrupt, not to lift but to plant venom in the garden of your prosperity. They sow envy, they sow doubt, they sow fear, and if you are not watchful, their seeds will root where only your abundance should flourish. Say aloud with holy fire, no envy shall touch me, no doubt shall bind me, no fear shall cripple me. My prosperity is eternal, sealed and unshakable. Envy is the first weapon of the evil-hearted. It wears the mask of friendship, but carries the vibration of destruction. It smiles when you enter, but sighs when you succeed. It applauds with its hands while cursing with its spirit. It cannot bear to see you thrive because your prosperity reveals its lack of alignment with divine law. But know this, envy has no power unless you permit it into your atmosphere. The envious one will attempt to minimize your victories, dismiss your blessings, or mock your overflow. Yet the law of the Spirit declares, what God ordains cannot be diminished. What heaven has decreed cannot be undone. Declare it boldly. I do not bend to envy. I shine brighter when others shrink. I prosper while others complain. I am aligned with infinite supply. Then comes doubt, the second weapon. Doubt does not arrive with shouting, it arrives with whispers. It pretends to be wisdom, it cloaks itself as concern, it calls itself reality. It asks, are you sure this will last? Are you certain you can carry this blessing? What if it all falls apart? But recognize this law. Doubt is not counsel, it is poison. Doubt is not realism, it is robbery. It steals from the womb of manifestation, for faith is the substance that births abundance, and doubt is the dagger that kills it. You cannot drink from the fountain of prosperity and sip the wine of doubt at the same time. One must die for the other to live. Speak it now, I uproot every seed of doubt. I am rooted in faith. I am rooted in certainty. I am rooted in divine law that never fails. And the third weapon is fear, the most violent of them all. Fear is the assassin of destiny, the suffocating shadow that strikes just before your breakthrough. It tells you that you are unworthy, that you will fail, that your blessing will be lost. It freezes your steps at the very edge of the promised land. But the law resounds, God has not given you fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. Fear is foreign to the divine child. Fear is counterfeit. Fear is a shadow that disappears when the light of courage rises. Proclaim with fire, I reject fear. I refuse paralysis. I am filled with power, love, and soundness. Nothing shall stop me from entering my inheritance. Envy, doubt, and fear are the unholy trinity of poverty. They come only to steal, kill, and destroy the flow of prosperity ordained for you. But you are not called to be stolen from. You are not called to be broken. You are not called to be diminished. You are called to overflow. You are called to reign. You are called to multiply until the very ground trembles with your abundance. Therefore decree with authority, no envy shall corrupt me, no doubt shall shake me, no fear shall enter me. I live in perpetual increase. I move in divine certainty. I reign in fearless abundance. So let it be spoken, so let it be sealed, so let it be eternal. Hear the word of eternal truth, for the Spirit reveals what the eye cannot see and what the ear often ignores. The weapon of the evil soul is not always violence, nor is it always betrayal in plain sight. It is subtle, it is psychological, it is the chain of manipulation forged through guilt and control. These are the cords of the deceiver, the invisible ropes that bind the free, the silent shackles that make slaves of kings. And you, child of the infinite, must awaken and see that any who use guilt to bend you, any who seek to control you with fear, any who twist your compassion into captivity, are not aligned with divine law, but are tools of darkness sent to halt your destiny. Say aloud with holy fire, I am not guilty, I am not bound, I am not controlled, I am free, I am sovereign, I am led only by divine authority. Manipulation comes cloaked in affection. It says, if you loved me, you would obey me. It sighs, after all I've done for you, you owe me. It whispers, without me you are nothing. But hear this decree, love does not bind, it liberates. True friendship does not chain, it uplifts. Genuine guidance does not enslave, it empowers. Any presence that ties your spirit down through guilt is not sent by heaven but by the pit. The manipulator feeds on your compassion, twisting your goodness into weakness, your kindness into captivity. But you were not born to be a prisoner, you were born to be a ruler. Declare with force, my kindness is not a leash for the wicked. My love is not a chain for the manipulator. I give freely, but I refuse to be bound. Control is the second blade of the deceiver. Control pretends to protect, but its true aim is to dominate. It says, I only want what's best for you, while robbing you of your divine choice. It demands obedience where God has given freedom. It exerts power where heaven has declared liberty. Hear me. Control is witchcraft, for it seeks to bend another's will instead of honoring divine alignment. The law is clear. Every soul is sovereign. Every destiny is God-ordained. Every path is sacred. To submit to control is to surrender your throne. And you are not called to bow, you are called to reign. Say it now with authority, I bow only to God, I yield only to divine wisdom, I obey only the Spirit within me. No man, no woman, no power controls me. The manipulator thrives on your guilt, the controller thrives on your fear. They drain your courage so you will not leave. They burden your heart so you will not rise. They confuse your mind so you will not discern. But know this eternal decree. Guilt is a lie, for there is no condemnation to those aligned with Spirit. Fear is a counterfeit, for perfect love casts out fear, and manipulation is powerless when confronted with the fire of truth. The moment you stand and declare your freedom, the cords are broken, the chains dissolve, and the captor loses their grip. Speak it aloud until your very bones believe. Every cord of guilt is cut, every chain of control is shattered, every shackle of manipulation is broken. I am free, I am sovereign, I am unstoppable. For the law is precise, he who the Son sets free is free indeed. And you, beloved, are free indeed. You do not owe your soul to another. You do not owe your destiny to a manipulator. You do not owe your obedience to one who would enslave your light. You owe your allegiance only to God, and God leads by love, not chains. Therefore rise with holy boldness and decree continually, I am unmanipulable, I am uncontrollable, I am unshakable. My steps are ordered by divine law, my freedom is sealed in eternal truth, and no one can bind what God has loosed. So let it be established in heaven, so let it be echoed in the earth, and so it is. Hear the voice of revelation, for this is the unveiling of the hidden heart. Not every smile at your table is a blessing. Not every clap of the hand is a celebration. Not every voice that says I am with you is aligned with heaven. There are those who rejoice, not when you rise but when you stumble. There are those who take secret delight in your losses, who celebrate your setbacks in the silence of their spirit, who smile at your wounds because your pain validates their envy. These are not friends, they are saboteurs in disguise. And the divine law is clear. Whatever cannot rejoice in your victory is not for you. Whatever thrives in your downfall is not aligned with your destiny. Say aloud with holy fire, I am surrounded by true companions. I am seen by eyes of love, not envy. I am lifted by hands of light, not shadows. Every false celebrant is exposed and removed from my life. The one who rejoices at your setback is a wolf wearing garments of concern. They sigh at your misfortune as if they care, but their sigh is the exhale of satisfaction. They say, "Oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you," while their heart whispers, "Finally, they are not so far ahead of me." They comfort you with words, but inwardly they are nourished by your fall. Hear this, such a soul is dangerous, for their vibration is treachery. Their spirit is aligned with the enemy of progress. They are not wounded by your pain, they are healed by it. Declare with authority, I cut ties with every hidden enemy. I expose every secret hater. My life shall never be fuel for another's delight in destruction. True love rejoices when you prosper. True friends rise when you rise. True companions feel your victories as their own. Anything less is counterfeit. And the counterfeit must be revealed, for the law demands truth to stand and lies to fall. The one who rejoices at your setback is a thief of energy, for they feed on your misfortune to validate their brokenness. They are not builders, they are scavengers. They do not create, they consume. And you, child of the infinite, are not sent to feed scavengers. You are sent to build kingdoms. Say it now. My victories are multiplied. My setbacks are redeemed. My life is not for mockery, but for glory. Every false spirit is cast out of my circle. Recognize this eternal decree. When God is with you, every setback is a setup for greater victory. What others celebrate as your failure, heaven already counts as your preparation. The wicked may laugh for a moment, but their laughter will curdle when your resurrection comes. The stone they rejoice to see upon you will be rolled away, and you will rise with greater power than before. Their secret celebration of your pain will become their shame. For the law declares, he who digs a pit for the righteous shall fall into it himself. Proclaim with strength, every pit dug for me becomes the grave of my enemies. Every snare laid for me becomes the trap of the wicked. I do not fall, I rise, I do not break, I ascend. You must not fear the revelation of those who rejoice at your setbacks, for their exposure is your liberation. Better the truth revealed than the lie embraced. When you see their heart clearly, you can sever the cord. And once the cord is cut, the power is broken. Their joy at your downfall cannot stop your rising. Their mockery cannot halt your momentum. Their false comfort cannot derail your destiny. For you are aligned with eternal abundance, and abundance cannot be destroyed. Therefore decree continually with boldness. I walk only with those who celebrate my victories. I stand only with those who lift me higher. My circle is holy, my companions are true, my path is filled with rejoicing. So let every false friend fall away. Let every secret hater be exposed. Let every counterfeit celebrant dissolve into nothingness. For your life is not a spectacle for their amusement. It is a testimony of divine glory, and no one shall rejoice at your fall, for you shall not fall. You shall rise, you shall expand, you shall overflow. Thus it is spoken, thus it is sealed, thus it is eternal. Hear this word of fire, for it pierces through the mask and exposes what the natural eye cannot discern. Not all that glitters is gold, not all who smile are safe, not all who carry words of sweetness are aligned with heaven. There are those who hide their darkness behind charm and pretended light, who cloak their poison in beauty, who wrap their deceit in elegance, who disguise their destruction in friendliness. They are the false lights, the counterfeit suns, the flickering candles that promise warmth but burn the soul with cold fire. And you, child of the infinite, must discern, for the divine law is unchanging. By vibration all is revealed, by fruit all is known, by spirit all is tested. Say aloud with authority, I am not deceived by charm, I am not fooled by masks, I see beyond appearances into truth. Every counterfeit light is exposed before me. The pretender enters with grace, with words dripping honey, with gestures that seem generous. They will tell you what you long to hear, not because they carry truth, but because they seek to disarm you. They will flatter you not to bless you, but to weaken your guard. They will appear to align with your vision, but their secret aim is to corrupt it. They will mimic the righteous, quote, the holy, repeat the affirmations of the awakened, yet their vibration is void, for the spirit is not in them. This is the shadow that walks in garments of light, the wolf in sheep's clothing, the actor upon the stage of your destiny. Declare boldly, no false light can deceive me, no charm can ensnare me, no mask can hide from the fire of truth that burns within my spirit. Charm without alignment is witchcraft, for it seduces without substance. Pretended light without truth is sorcery, for it blinds without illuminating. The one who hides darkness behind a polished smile is more dangerous than the one who reveals hatred openly, for the open enemy you can resist, but the hidden deceiver seeks your heart while you are unaware. Yet the law of heaven is precise. Every mask must fall, every lie must collapse, every counterfeit must be revealed by the eternal fire of truth. Say with unshakable force, I carry the fire of discernment. I see through falsehood. I know the genuine. I reject the counterfeit. I walk in clarity that no deceiver can cloud. The counterfeit thrives only in your blindness. They live only where you allow appearances to rule. But when you judge by spirit, when you listen to vibration, when you test by fruit, their disguise cannot stand, their charm cannot hold you, their false light cannot blind you, their mask cannot endure the gaze of awakened sight. And the moment you discern, you are free, for deception loses all power once it is named. Hear this eternal decree: the pretender may linger for a season, but the harvest always reveals the seed. Darkness, no matter how cleverly hidden, cannot produce light. Lies, no matter how eloquently spoken, cannot birth truth. And counterfeits, no matter how convincing, cannot inherit the kingdom of abundance. Only truth stands, only light remains, only the authentic prospers. Therefore speak this revelation into your very bones. I am a child of truth. I am a vessel of authentic light. I cannot be fooled. I cannot be bound. I cannot be deceived. Every mask falls before me. Every counterfeit flees from me. Every shadow dissolves at my approach. Walk with boldness, beloved, for your discernment is your shield, your clarity is your sword, your alignment is your fortress. No charm can bind you, no pretended light can ensnare you, no false face can steal your inheritance. You are sovereign, you are luminous, you are eternal truth in motion. So let it be written in the heavens, so let it be established on earth, so let it echo in eternity. You walk with true light only, you dwell with authenticity only, you prosper with the righteous only. And all that hides in pretense shall fall before your divine fire. Thus it is spoken, thus it is sealed, thus it is everlasting. Therefore, beloved, let this be sealed upon your spirit. You are not called to walk in blindness, nor to bow to deception, nor to entertain the venom of the wicked. You are chosen, you are appointed, you are destined for overflow, and no evil soul can diminish what heaven has decreed for you. Their envy cannot touch your prosperity. Their lies cannot blind your discernment. Their manipulation cannot bind your freedom. Their counterfeit cannot eclipse your true light. You are the temple of divine abundance, the vessel of eternal truth, the flame that darkness cannot comprehend. Stand boldly and declare without ceasing, I am light, I am truth, I am abundance, I am authority. No deceiver dwells with me, no darkness surrounds me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Walk now as the sovereign one you are, guarded by law, guided by spirit, and grounded in victory. So let it be written, so let it be sealed, so let it be eternal.